Blues are clearly trying to create backs against the wall, chip on the shoulder, and they're publicly...
Yeah, there's a chip on the shoulder. On social media, there's a chip on the shoulder.
They're publicly doing it, and, you know, if you use Michael Jordan in that, God, I can't remember... Last Dance. Like, he openly said, I just made things up in my head to create that emotional edge to go and destroy people. So if it works, brilliant, but that emotion can take you a little bit, probably fire in the belly and fire upstairs rather than cool upstairs, and that's where the discipline. So I think it's just making sure they don't overplay that emotional card and stay methodical in the process whilst utilising it, I suppose, when there's a line break and using it with effort areas and those account rather than... I suppose use State of Origin as an example with Spencer Leniu. You could see he was like, I wouldn't have kicked to him either, to be fair, but he was fairly fired up, which is, it'll work to a point, but you'll push the boundary too far, and that's where a yellow card, red card can come into it. And you just get the sense there's a lot of tension, but I'm gonna trust my gut in the sense they're trying to create that Jordan mentality. The competition doesn't want us to win. You know, everyone out there doesn't want us to win. And that can be powerful. It seriously can if it's used in the right way, but it also can be distracting.
If you missed what's been said on social media on Instagram this week, it started off with the Blues account, which said, keep on doubting us, we're just picking the right time, don't care whose side you're on. There's, you know, the grammar wasn't up there, but there's only one of us in the finals. Well, that's true. It's true. It's only one of all the rest too. Artie said, Lions don't care about the opinions of sheep, all the best in the finals, brothers. So he kind of supported them and said, look, don't worry about what the naysayers are saying about you. And then Rico said, your boos do not faze me. I've seen what you people cheer for. Shouldn't have let us get one. So, I mean, it's out there. It's wrong stuff they're saying. It's not a small thing.
No, and you always look to American sports, I suppose, because the trend we normally follow the trend down here eventually. But I can't, like, I'm into my American sport, but I can't place where, you know, like if you think of a Tom Brady or Gronkowski, you know, having a social, or Patrick Mahomes. But I suppose there was, after the Bills game, I think Patrick Mahomes put something up about the Bills, and basically everyone was like, oh, that's an omen that it's going to come back to bite you. So there is elements of it in American sport. And as I say, like, be authentic to yourself, and if that's what gets you going. But I think when you do this stuff, you've got to perform. Yeah. Like, because it's out there, there's nowhere to hide. You perform, you'll be seen as, that's perfect, that's the way you go about your business. Yeah. So it's critical they get the performance off the back of it.
Well, that's right. You don't go down to Hamilton and stuff it up because you're going to look...
But, like, when you look back at the games between the Blues and the Chiefs, there's always a lot of feeling in the Battle of the Bombays. Yeah. It's been tight. Like, even that first one at Eden Park, conditions weren't great, and the Chiefs were better at picking penalties up and getting that scoreboard pressure. You would say they let the one go in Hamilton. They should have won. The Blues should have won that in terms of the amount of ball and possession they had. So if there is a matchup, you know, I know everyone's looking at the Canes Brumbies because everyone's sort of just thinking, oh, look, the Chiefs are going to do... It's still going to be a doozy. I think she'll be between, you know, sort of 1 and 7 points down to the 80th minute. And I think you're right. I think discipline will be the key deciding factor.
Yeah, whether it's a tackle which is too high or the person who's too far up in the line.
And with the way both sides play and the direct nature, you've got to drop your body height because they're not going to sidestep. Yeah. They're coming straight for you. So if you get that wrong, and more importantly, that inside defender, you know, because that's normally what catches the chin or something. So it's just making sure they're very accurate and as I say, that cool upstairs in their approach and accuracy around the contact area.